Pinocchio. Once upon a time, in Italy, there lived an old clockmaker named Geppetto. He was very happy to work with clocks. Every day he went to his shop and made clocks of different shapes. But he was always sad because he did not have children. One day he thought, I make clocks of different shapes. Why can't I make a little boy out of wood? So he started carving out a boy out of wood. The wooden boy was made in such a way that it could move the arms and legs. The wooden boy was named Pinocchio. He kept the boy near the window by his bedside. He looked out of the window and saw a bright blue star in the sky. He simply spoke to the star. I really wish for a baby boy of my own. If only my wish was granted, I would be very happy. Well, I know it is not possible. Geppetto stared at the star for some time and soon fell asleep. The bright blue star heard Geppetto's wish and soon changed into a blue fairy. The fairy came near the wooden boy and said, You will walk and talk like a boy from tomorrow morning. You will become a real boy if you can prove yourself to be brave and strong. The fairy also made a cricket to be his friend to help him in taking right decisions. Soon the fairy vanished. The next day Geppetto woke up and looked for the boy by the window. It was not there. Where did I keep it yesterday? Where is it? Father, I am here. Geppetto heard a voice and turned around. You are talking? How did this happen? I am Pinocchio, your son. Geppetto ran to the boy and hugged him. My son, oh God, how did this happen? He took the boy in his arms and was so happy that his wishes had come true. Days passed, and one day Geppetto got books for Pinocchio. He noticed that his father had sold his tools to buy him books. The next day, Pinocchio set off to school. He was very happy going to school and was singing and dancing through the street. His friend Cricket was also with him. As they were walking, they met a fox and a cat. Where are you going? Asked the fox. I am going to the school, Pinocchio replied. You don't have to go to school. Come with us. We are going to the fair. You can learn a lot of things from there. Meanwhile, the cricket was whispering to Pinocchio. Don't listen to him and don't go with him. But Pinocchio could not hear the cricket. They got inside and saw a puppet show going on. Pinocchio liked it. I can also do like that. He jumped onto the stage and started dancing. The people started clapping their hands and were surprised to see a puppet dancing with no strings attached to it. They started throwing money onto the stage. The man who was running the show was happy. He thought, This looks good. I will take him and make a lot of money. He quickly caught Pinocchio and locked him in a cage. Pinocchio started crying, but only the cricket heard him. Suddenly he saw a light and the blue fairy appeared. Pinocchio asked her to help him. I will help you, but tell me how you got in there. He started lying. I was robbed by some men. As Pinocchio told the lie, his nose started growing. Yes, and they stole my books also. His nose grew even more. They locked me up here. By this time, his nose had grown so big that Pinocchio couldn't see anything in front of him. Why is my nose growing like this? Pinocchio was worried. "You are not telling the truth," said the fairy. Now Pinocchio told the truth. The fairy waved her wand, and Pinocchio was free from the cage. After returning, he came to know that his father had left home in search of him in a boat. Pinocchio felt very sorry. Without much thought, he jumped into the ocean. On seeing this, the cricket too jumped into the ocean. Pinocchio could float in the water as he was made of wood. He started calling for his father. Suddenly he saw a huge thing coming towards him. It was a big whale. Before they could do anything, the whale swallowed Pinocchio and the cricket. Now they were in the belly of the whale. It was dark inside. "Are you fine?" a familiar voice asked.
"Is that you, father? I am Pinocchio."
"Yes, my son, it's me," replied the father.
"I have an idea to get out of the whale's belly. Let us make a fire," said Pinocchio. They gathered some wood and made fire. Now Pinocchio started waving his hands over the fire to make smoke. The smoke began to rise and achoo! The whale gave a big sneeze. Pinocchio, Geppetto, and the cricket flew out of the whale's mouth into the ocean. The boy was lying in a distance with his face down in water. They called him, but there was no answer. Geppetto and the cricket started crying. Then the blue fairy was there again. She touched Pinocchio's head and said, "You have saved your father. You are a true and brave boy. Now you will be a real boy." Pinocchio turned into a real boy. Both Geppetto and Pinocchio were happy. The blue fairy and the cricket said goodbye to them. Pinocchio and Geppetto lived together happily ever after.